And welcome everybody to the Cop Block Radio Show live for August 27th, 2014. I'm your host, Eric, and with me tonight I have Derek J. and Scott.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Excellent.
Usually right before the show I log into Atomic Clock so I know exactly when our breaks are and everything, and it's actually the government's website, and it's not loading. So I don't have a clock at the moment.
Folks can dial into the show tonight.
Yes.
We've got a call-in line. It's 413-418-COPS. Or if you're really cool, you can Skype into the show by sending a contact request to CopBlockRadio. It'll be accepted, and then we'll put you on the air.
Very nice.
Done and done.
Either of you guys have anything happen to you lately?
I went cop blocking recently, and
oh, there we go.
yeah, I was handing out some flyers here in Keene. My goal was to film the police, but the police were busy busting parties and everything. But I was handing out Know Your Rights flyers. That was a more effective use of my time, rather than just filming the police, which you're going to get good footage, but I'd rather be saving these students. So there's like a college here in Keene, so I was handing out Know Your Rights flyers, which you can find at copblock.org under the resources link. And it's something that anyone could print out and hand out to their friends. It basically has, like, you have the right to remain silent, and but you have to invoke it, but pretty much don't talk to police, but if you have to, ask if you're being detained, stuff like that, which a lot of college freshmen, they just don't know. They're fresh out of high school. It might be their first interaction with cops, and they might have drugs on them. So I want to keep them safe from warrantless searches. They don't have to consent to that stuff. And neither do you.
Yes, especially the college here. It's kind of known as a party school, so.
And we'd like to keep it that way.
There are a lot.
That's
of parties.
right.
Partying should not be a
it
crime.
definitely does get interesting. Did anything interesting happen while you're handing out flyers?
Well, people loved it. There's no question. There were a variety of responses. Some people recognized the Cop Block group right away. Others weren't a fan, didn't want to take the flyers. Others asked if we were from the college, oh, you're handing out information so that we stay safe? No, we're just volunteers, regular people like you who just care about not being harassed by the police. And I think everyone was very appreciative because even though most people know you have the right to remain silent, there are some things that it's good to have reminders about, ask, am I being detained or am I free to go? If you're free to go, walk away. Stuff like that, which not everyone remembers to do.
Were you handing out the Keene ones?
These were not Keene specific, so it has a link to Free Keene on the back because I believe they were one of the sponsors for these printed materials. But they were just generic copblock.org flyers that people can find themselves and print out either yourself at home or get it printed professionally at a Staples or something. It's cheap enough to, or have, even better, there are places that do Liberty printing and take Bitcoin. So, there are lots of ways to get these materials into people's hands, and they do help. They keep people from being arrested, from being involved in the system unnecessarily. So if you're bored on a weekend, you could go to a party or you could save people at parties. And we got invited to lots of parties too. While we were walking around passing these out, people were like, "Hey man, you want a beer?" It's like, yeah, but I can't chill. I got to keep moving. So it was really cool. I encourage other people to do the same. Copblock.org.
Yeah, we did some Keene specific ones too.
What made them specific?
Well, at the top it said Keene Cop Block, and on the back it had a link to KeenCopBlock.org, and it had QR codes directly to Keene Cop Block, as well as the police scanner for Keene. So if they wanted to use the TuneIn app, they could listen to the police scanner in Keene and see what's going on.
Yeah, I have video. If people are curious to see what it was like handing out these flyers, I was with Ian Freeman of Free Talk Live and Chris Cantwell of ChristopherCantwell.com. And it was the three of us handing out flyers. You can see all the video from that night, Chris's footage and mine, all the raw. video over at youtube.com/DerekJLive.
Were you the one who came up, who thought of the idea of trying to use Twitter?
Trying to use Twitter for what? It must not have been me, but what are you talking about?
Okay. So, well, somebody had brought up to Centurion that, maybe we should use the Twitter feed more often.
Centurion is an activist who does cop blocking here in Keene.
Right. Crap, now you made me lose my thought.
I just wanted to let people know. Not everyone knows who that is or what you're talking about.
Sorry. The Twitter, to use like the Twitter feed to relay information that has come over the scanner, like where a cop's going to and whatnot.
Oh,
like live tweet it.
Yeah, like have a dispatch.
Live tweet, right? So if people just use a certain hashtag for each night, so people can just follow that one hashtag, and on the Friday night that they're out partying, and they get little alerts on their phone, because obviously no one's going to be listening to the scanner, but they can get alerts on their phone if anything's going to be happening down near the college or something. Use a specific hashtag for that.
Was he like volunteering for that job?
No. It was an idea that somebody came up with.
He's the idea man.
It would be great if we could do it. Obviously, it would take some time, and but it would be and you wouldn't even actually have to be in the Keene area or anything. You could actually still listen to the feed and just relay it. But I think that would be a good type of activism for people who can't go out and do this type of stuff, but can still participate. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
I'm trying to think of how you could realistically do it, because you'd have to have like alerts to. I don't know if you can. I know you can do alerts, like if somebody tweets something. Every time they tweet something, you can get an alert. But I don't know if you could do that for a hashtag, or you'd have to go in like on that day and select the hashtag or something. I don't know. But it is a really good idea.
Well, why not make it a Twitter a feed, or the Twitter address, or whatever it's called, the handle?
Right. Well, that's
then you'd have to have one person doing it.
Yeah. So what? You'd have one person responsible for that.
But then you'd have a problem with if.
Oh, it wouldn't be decentralized.
If people subscribe to it, then if they're not out on a certain Friday night, you'll just be blowing up their feed.
Right.
For the nights that they're not out there.
Yeah.
So
right.
I don't know a whole lot about the Twitter feeds, but can you get a notification off of a hashtag? And if that was the way, you could
you can follow
sort of.
You can follow a hashtag. So
right.
like
So you could just use some formulaic hashtag and be like, use the date and like Keene Cop Block or something. So then they could, I'm going out tonight, I'll just follow that one hashtag, and then when the day is over, then they don't have to follow it anymore, and you won't be blowing up their feed.
Wow, that is such a great idea. If anyone's already doing this, we need to hear about it. And if they're not, we need to try it. Hey, speaking of new ideas to try, did you guys hear the big news that the Peacekeeper app has finally been released on the Android market?
I saw that.
Yeah, so
was going to bring it up, but I was looking over it. There's not a whole lot of information, unfortunately, on Peacekeeper's site, and apparently there is some sort of fee involved, and it doesn't say that on the site.
Well, it doesn't say that on the site. You're right, and I mistakenly promoted on my show Peace News Now that it was a free app, and that is not true. It is free for a month. There's a trial service, but it's a subscription. So basically, they are feeding out this news, these releases. They're feeding this info out to everyone, and I guess that's the subscription. So I don't know what it ends up costing per month, but it's not free. But we should all be trying it out here in Keene, at least, or maybe down where Scott is, some of the fellow activists down there would use it.
Actually, I did join it, and there wasn't, I couldn't figure out how to link up with different people, because nobody in the area where I'm at really has it. There's people within 10 miles or so, but not 5 minutes or really close.
Right.
And I couldn't figure out how I could connect with that person. There wasn't a communication way, or I don't know. I kind of got.
All right, we'll talk about this when we come back from break. You listen to the Cop Block Radio Show.
Shiny badges on your jacket, shiny badges. This is Dovey Barker from ShinyBadges.com, and I just want to personally apologize for airing a jingle week after week, month after month, that turned out to be such an infectious brainworm. So to make it up to you, I'm offering a free gift. The next time you make a purchase at ShinyBadges.com, write "worms" in the transaction comments, and I'll send you something weird.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
Which one are you going to say?
You can do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring Simon to the rally.
Well, I'm comfortable here, actually.
Whoa, hey, who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today. This is you ain't gonna make it. Wait a minute.
Forget it.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable! Why are you running? Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
What is this?
That's the show.
You're a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the wind.
You're right.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. Books, music, instruments, periodicals, computers, software, electronic, photo, cell phone, office products, home and garden, bed and bath, furniture, kitchen, pet supplies, automotive, hardware, apparel, shoes, jewelry, grocery, healthcare, sports and outdoors, toys, games, used and more.
Hey, you know what's cool?
It's a department store at your fingertips. Shop.lrn.fm. Get all your shopping done. Your purchase
Yo, that's
goes to
awesome, man. Congratulations.
You shop at Amazon via shop.lrn.fm.
And I've been talking to
Do you love
Jimmy,
coffee
the guy
as
who
much
makes
as
the
I
really
love
funny
coffee?
calls.
Here's a delicious way to drink the
He
best of the best
contacted
coffee
me and he
make a
he let me
difference
know
one
that
cup
he
at a time.
has a
We've
list of
partnered
every
with
single
Camano
coffee
Island
he
Coffee
makes.
Roasters.
Oh, wow.
Buzzbox
He's gonna
Coffee.
shoot it over to
And
me.
you
so
can
I'm
try
gonna
a
strip all
pound
those
for
out.
free.
That
All
is
you do is
awesome.
cover shipping. It's
Hell
organic,
yeah.
shade grown, top 1% Arabica grade. 10% of future purchases
then,
help our efforts to give
Michael
a gift
Dean
of
called
human
in
freedom through at
last
least
week to
100
talk about
microloans
Stefan
via
Molyneux.
World Vision.
Right.
For more information, go to coffee.freetalklive.com.
What in the hell happened
Did you know
there?
that
Like,
you can listen
everything
to
exploded and I
LRN.FM
couldn't keep up with any
24/7
of it.
via our free-to-air satellite channel? From Mexico to Canada, our signal covers nearly all of North America. All you need is a view of the southern sky, an affordable receiver, and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you're a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage map and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm.
If you're looking for work, there's a piece of paper more important than your resume. It's the cover letter attached if you're snail mailing, or the email to which you attach your resume. Make it 4 short paragraphs. Paragraph 1, say that you're applying for work. The person you're sending to gets a ton of mail about all sorts of things. If you have a password, that's your first sentence.
What is it? Just
Tom
like
Nelson
loose
tells me
proteins
you and
floating
I should meet. Paragraph 2, what you do and how
Shadows
that relates
cast
to
by
the
objects
opening.
suspended
Be
in a
as
clear
specific as
gel-like
possible.
substance that makes up the
Paragraph
majority of the
3,
eye's
why you
interior.
want this particular job. I'm originally
It's
from
called
Boston, so I
vitreous.
know the
It
market
helps to
well.
maintain the
I
eyes
have
for rain.
family and friends
This
in the
substance
area, so
okay,
this
the
would be a
substance that they're
homecoming
in
for
is
me.
helps
Paragraph
maintain
4,
the eyes
unless the
round
job
shape.
posting stipulates no calls,
Those are really merely
and I will
proteins
call
of
you to
the
follow up.
vitreous gel that
Thank
are
you
clumped
in
together.
advance for your time. From survivalspeech.com, I'm Holland Cook.
These stringy
You can
clusters of
connect with the
proteins
Liberty
block
Radio
light and
Network via
therefore
our
cast a
Facebook
shadow
page
around
at
them.
facebook.lrn.fm. That's facebook.lrn.fm.
And welcome back to the Cop Block Radio Show live on LRN.FM. I'm your host, Eric, and with me tonight I have Scott and Derek J.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey.
And Derek J, tell our listeners how they can call into the show.
Dial 413-418-COPS or Skype CopBlockRadio.
Nice. Now, so before the break we were talking about the Peacekeeper app, and that was one thing that the website unfortunately didn't have the information that I was looking for.
Well, they came out with a new video just about a week ago, and it's pretty snazzy. It explains a lot about the app. You mind if I give that a quick play?
Sure, go for it.
Here we go.
Are you willing to wait if your loved one is in danger?
So the first question is, are you willing to wait while your loved one is in danger?
The Peacekeeper app is a state-of-the-art emergency response system that allows private individuals to easily send, receive, and respond to emergency alerts. With Peacekeeper, you and your loved ones can get the help they need when seconds count the most. The Peacekeeper app is geared towards neighbors, which optimizes response time and personal incentive. Alerts contain detailed information about the type of emergency, so that responders will know immediately where to find you and what to expect. They can even communicate in real time via the built-in chat feature, and can often be at your home within minutes or even seconds. Peacekeeper is dedicated to bringing you the most advanced tools and communication methods available. Please support the cause and become a force for good in your neighborhood.
Woo! So inspirational. Become a force for good in your neighborhood. I like it.
Now, we had the founder of Peacekeeper on way back. Man, it's probably about a year.
Cody Drummond?
Yeah,
Yes,
when
we
was
had,
that?
We had Cody on to talk about it. It was right when he did his Indiegogo, and he was talking about, he's already put like 20 grand of his own money into this thing.
Wow.
And
yeah, he obviously believes in it quite a bit. He's got to recoup some of that money, though, huh?
Right, that's what I'm thinking. It's like I'm hoping that as more people start using it, that the price comes down.
Yeah.
Because right now, I know he's got to be trying to recoup tens of thousands of dollars that he has personally spent on it.
That's probably what it is.
So,
that's how it is with everything. You know, the first adopters of a new technology are the ones who pay the high cost of the research and development for that product, and then everyone else just sort of gets the bonus, the profit that's collected afterwards. So, yeah, it sounds like it will probably have a price approaching zero as this thing reaches saturation. But I could see this app really replacing the police. If I had my friends and my neighbors in a network of people on an app in my cell phone, and I have some crisis, whether it's my house is burning down or there's an invader, or even worse, the police are knocking at my door and coming to take me away, I want my friends to be there with video cameras or a fire hose or whatever the response may be. And then what's cool about this app is it's better than even the two-way radios that I use in town, because while it sends out a blast message just like a two-way radio, it then puts it in a chat room. So you can see all your friends who are responding to an emergency are put into the same chat room. So I can say, like, hey, I'm up in my bedroom, I need a ladder for this fire. Or I can see who's on their way to come help, like, Chris is on his way. Or Eric is down, or he's traveling, so he can't make it today. At least you can know who's coming, who's responding. I mean, this is way better than calling 911. Do you really want to invite a murderous gang to your house when you're in an emergency situation? I don't. I want my friends to come, not the police.
Yeah, and I think what's really cool about this is that there are different types of situations. So you could probably, you could say if it's a medical situation, I want these people to be alerted. And exclude other people because they might not have the medical background that you're looking for, or aren't trained in that type of thing that would be useful. And then you can have the intruder, and it's like, well, I don't really need my nurse coming out for this, so my nurse friends coming out for this, so this can be something else, because they're probably going to be busy. If they have a lot of friends like this, they might have. They might just want the medical alerts and not necessarily like the intruder alerts or something. So you could definitely work out like your little circles of people who would respond to different types of situations.
That's a great point.
I can tell you there's at least one person in Keene who has it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Number 635.
What do you mean number 635? What does that mean?
If you go to peacekeeper.org, you can go and look. There's if you scroll down, it talks about the app, but if you just keep scrolling down, there's a little video that you showed, I believe.
Yeah.
And then there's actually an interactive map, and it's just called Peacekeeper Tribe, and it shows the world map, and there's.
Oh, that's rad. I see that here. I'm going to do a screen
awesome.
share so that other people can see what this is about.
Yeah, so you can go and see, and that's what I was talking about. Like, there's nobody really in my area, but now I can say that, you know, and there might be a setting on it, but mine is not shown on the map.
Wow, look at all the people already using this app. I mean, there's the whole United States is covered.
Yeah.
There's no one working on it in in North Dakota, but everywhere else is
North Dakota seems pretty legit. Not much news coming. Where's New Mexico? They could use a couple more Peacekeeper app users.
But California's got probably the most. Look at that, California.
I believe that's where Cody's from. I think he's from California.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Which would
Plus,
help.
techie people, so they're going to pick up on the app thing quicker.
Yeah.
Plus, it looks like New York, New Jersey, Delaware, Massachusetts, up in New Hampshire, that whole East Coast area has a lot of saturation from D.C. to New Hampshire. So that's another well-covered region. What about you over in Pennsylvania? You're covered too, Scott, over in the Pittsburgh area.
Not really. There's... Trying to zoom back in here. I had to refresh it.
Well, we need to fill this map out.
Pittsburgh.
It should be everyone. There should be peacekeepers all over the place. You know, that's when we're really going to have I don't want to say a threat to the establishment, but a peaceful usurpation, right? Where it's like, hey, we don't need you anymore. We're using each other to rely on, so we don't need to call 911.
Yeah, realistically, I mean, right now it's still in the conceptual, you know, baby. It's in its infancy still. But you know, the people who have it out there really need to start being the ones who are spreading the word. Because if you've downloaded this, it's something that you support, but you can't do it by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you have to have. That's the entire concept. You have to have friends to rely on, and you know, it's up to the people who already have it to make it spread. It can't just be Cody doing all the work like it has been. You know. And I'm sure he has some help, but if you're the one that wants people to come, you know, because they're going to help you, you're going to find those people that are going to help you.
Yeah, I'm for independence, but even more than that, I'm for interdependence. So it's like we can all depend on each other to be independent and strong. It says about meetups, peacekeeper meetup groups are where we encourage peacekeepers in a greater area to get together and talk about how they can improve response times, other effective measures of emergency response, and facilitate training with each other and experts in their areas. Peacekeeper.org.
All right. So we have to head to break. There is tons more to talk about, I'm sure. I love the Peacekeeper app, and I hope it really starts to take off. And especially in this area where we have a bunch of activists, I hope we can at least give it a shot during the trial phase. We have to head to break. You're listening to the Cop Block Radio Show.
A meme is not easy to define.
What is it?
But you know it when you see it.
Amazing.
Don'tTreadOnMeme.com proves that.
I feel so enlightened.
Don't Tread on Memes, M-E-M-E, helping you give the finger to our monetary system of deception by providing you with silver dime trading cards. Unlike today's dollar, they have value. And they look neat, too.
Oh, would you look at those? Aren't those just swell?
Don'tTreadOnMeme.com. While you're browsing their numerous silver dime card designs, take time to download the easy-to-use Silver Calculator app. This simple piece of technology lets you know instantly, whether using iPhone or Android, just how much your silver coin is worth. Find out all the details at Don'tTreadOnMeme.com. Now accepting Bitcoin. Don't Tread on Meme. Your path to a voluntary society with honest money. Don'tTreadOnMeme.com, serving you faster than the Fed prints money.
Ross Ulbricht was arrested by the FBI in 2013 and charged with victimless crimes in relation to allegedly operating.
It says NSA. Give us all your Give us your user list of everyone who uses Peacekeeper app. And Apple. Oh my God. Okay. NSA. Cool. Now they're all terrorists.
Either way, if you love freedom and want to end the war on drugs, Ross and his family need your support. You can learn more and help fund his defense at freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
The guy responded with, based on the very broad scope of activities
I think you guys should be encouraging people to drop the drugs, drop the alcohol, and live a straight life. That's freedom. That is freedom.
How can you say? I mean, maybe it's freedom for you, but what if I enjoy altering my consciousness?
Well, I think it's sad.
Why?
It's a sad existence when people have to be addicted to drugs and alcohol.
Oh, I'm not addicted.
Now you're assuming addiction.
Alcohol, we're talking about marijuana, we're talking about drug use in general.
What about caffeine? Are we talking about caffeine?
I'm talking about something that, what you just said, is mind-altering.
Oh,
caffeine
If you eat a chocolate candy bar, if you have a chocolate candy bar and there's caffeine in it, it doesn't get you high.
Oh,
you know what the difference
well, wait a
is.
minute. Christy, I'm sensitive to caffeine, and I can tell you 2 Diet Cokes will make me a very angry man.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click get notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. Facebook.freetalklive.com.
What?
This is a national health care alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You could qualify for a pain-relieving knee brace at little or no cost to you. Get free delivery, and all the paperwork is handled by our accredited suppliers at no charge to you. So if you're on Medicare and have knee pain, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving knee brace at little or no cost. Friendly agents are standing by 24/7 to help you. We also have other pain-relieving braces too for your shoulder, ankle, or back. You may be eligible to get these items and more at little or no out-of-pocket cost. Our friendly representatives are standing by now to help you, so please call now. 800-301-2963, 800-301-2963, 800-301-2963, 800-301-2963.
While our satellite channel is free to listen to, it's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip in on the right side of the page at LRN.FM.
And welcome back to the Cop Block Radio Show live on LRN.FM. I'm your host, Eric, and with me tonight I have Scott and Derek J.
Hey.
Yo.
I didn't hear. Oh, there we go. I'm like, I didn't hear Derek.
Delayed reaction.
I was muted. Oops.
That sounds like me.
Scott did that earlier to me. He's like, hey, and then didn't and wasn't getting a response.
I'm like, why is nobody talking to me? And then I was like, oh, hello, blinking light.
All right, what you guys got to talk about? There's a video this week of police who shot the Ohio man as he was leaning on the toy gun. We talked about Ferguson last week. That's still happening. Ferguson's always happening. No, there's a video that was released of a, that Ohio man, that black guy who was in a Walmart buying a toy gun, and the cops came in and shot him. Well, an attorney watched the video, and it shows that he was leaning on the gun. He didn't even turn towards the police. Like, he didn't even have a second to respond. He just was shot just for being in the toy gun aisle while checking out a gun. So I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, I believe the lawyer said they shot him on site.
That's correct. Yep. Yeah, the story, according to rawstory.com, he was talking on a cell phone, according to rawstory.com, and facing away from officers moments before police shot and killed him in the Walmart store, according to an attorney for the man's family. That was on August 5th, after police were called to Walmart in Beaver Creek near Dayton. And another shopper who reported a man carrying what appeared to be an AR-15 rifle. The 22-year-old Crawford was instead carrying an unpackaged MK-177. That's a .177 caliber, and it's a BB or a pellet rifle, and he picked it up in the store's toy department. That's it. Now he's dead. Thanks, police.
I think that Walmart came out with a policy that they were going to continue to sell toy guns even though people were outraged It's like, why were you not outraged that the guy was shot, not that he was purchasing a toy gun? Like, you're being completely illogical in your outcries against toy guns. The issue was not the toy gun. The issue was the guy with the real gun that has a badge that killed someone for nothing, and he's dead.
Right.
Everybody's so butthurt, and they want to just ban everything. Let's ban all things.
Scott, that's exactly what they're afraid of, is someone getting hurt with a gun. And that's why they need to ban all the guns. But, of course, they're not talking about the police who are shooting people recklessly. You know, if they were really concerned about deaths by guns, they would disarm the police.
They would disarm like, just make guns illegal and not let people buy them like drugs, right?
That worked.
But the whole thing is really stupid, because it's not like he was somewhere where there weren't, you know, BB guns or whatever there.
Everywhere. Yeah,
it's not like he was walking down the street or something, although we've seen kids get killed for walking down the street with a BB gun. But in this case, it's like you're in a store in the aisle that has BB guns. You figure they would have put, you know, 2 and 2 together and realized that he wasn't doing anything. But like the lawyer said, they pretty much shot him on sight, so that's what ends up happening.
Right. There was another interesting story this week, a video of a man recording himself being attacked by police for not rolling his window down all the way. Did either of you see this video?
I was watching that. That's the one that I was talking about whenever we first got on. I was watching the video, but I hadn't seen the whole thing yet. But it looked like the guy was, you know, he was well within his rights. He was trying to comply.
Yeah, you can see his injuries online. The freethoughtproject.com did coverage of the story where you can see some injuries by his eye, and the quote at the headline at the top is, "Why did you pull me over, officer? Because I wanted to. Now step out of the vehicle." So it really shows how far the police have come from being enforcers of the rule of law to just becoming a gang of those people enforcing the rule of men. They just decide, hey, I'm going to harass you, kick you out of your car. It doesn't have to be for a lawful purpose. We don't go by the law here.
I'm pretty sure that doesn't count as probable cause.
Yeah, nope. It does not qualify. But that's not going to stop them. So, you know, it's important to video record, and that's exactly what this guy did. You know, that's the best way to, well, if you can't keep yourself safe, at least you can keep an objective record of what harm was done to you.
All right, so let's go to this story. I had it in the prep last week. Am I hearing somebody on Skype?
Yeah, that's right. Dio just joined us.
All right, there you go. Sorry, nobody told me. I just kind of heard some blips. What's up, man?
He just bounced in.
No, I got a video call for you here showing a driver's license checkpoint in Cleveland.
Oh, heck yes. Okay, great. We can't show that video on the feed using this call-in line. If you want to call in on a different line, I can play that video for you, Dio. Skype me, Derek J. Freeman, instead of CopBlockRadio. All right, I dropped Dio. He'll be back. He's got
I was waiting for a response. Good talk.
Yeah. I dropped Dio.
This is crazy because he's at a driver license checkpoint, not a DUI checkpoint.
Hold on a second. I got the sign right here for you.
Oh, wow. Okay. I hope you're live streaming too, Dio, because we cannot pull your video feed from the CopBlockRadio Skype address. If you want video to go out on the air, you have to Skype me, Derek J. Freeman. All right, well.
Good talk.
Yeah, I appreciate you calling in, Dio, but you're going to have to try on the other line if you want video. Thank you.
So, yeah, I'm glad you called in because we should probably talk about this. So,
what's going on with Dio? Tell us.
They're doing it. What?
A driver license checkpoint. Not even a DUI checkpoint. They are specifically looking for driver's licenses. Now, I'm not even sure how this is even remotely legal, especially in Ohio, when you are not required to show ID unless you are suspected of committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or was a witness to a felony.
We're getting a phone call. Someone's dialing in. And you say that Dio is at a driver's license checkpoint.
Right, and in Ohio, you don't have to show your driver's license when asked for it unless you're suspected of committing a crime, about to commit a crime, or has witnessed a felony.
So this is really going to change the precedent, isn't it?
Well, this is not the first time that they've done it.
Okay, that was my question. Have they done this
They've
previously?
done it a lot. They have done it previously a lot, and I have no idea how they're possibly getting away with it.
Sounds like they're not following their own rules.
Well, when was the last time that they ever did that?
Nobody. It sounds like nobody's calling shenanigans on it. Like, is anybody like bringing this up? Like, hey, what are we doing? Why are we paying these people to do things that they're not allowed to do?
Well, it's Cleveland. I mean, I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
I've
most
only
people
seen it
feel
happen
like
in the Cleveland area.
And most people feel like they can't not pay the police. You know, their paycheck is just extorted every week, and they don't get to choose, like, well, I don't want to support the police. They're doing bad things. They're breaking the law.
And I don't see how this is even... How can they even pass this off as being, like, public safety or something like that? It's like having a driver's license has nothing to do with if you're a driver or not. But, you know, who the hell knows? That's really messed up. So yeah, I know we've seen the DUI checkpoints all over the country, but this one's really wacky. They are checking for driver's licenses. So, if you've had this happen near you, please call in, because I would love to hear about it. Because as far as I know, Ohio's the only place I've seen it happen. So you're listening to the Cop Block Radio Show.
Ladies, with the U.S. divorce rate near 30%,
and my
this
clock
job market,
is definitely off.
Looks matter. Breast enhancement or reduction, a tummy tuck, or a little lipo can work wonders on you and your confidence. With hospital rates at fractions of U.S. prices, and thanks to the recent tide.
Dio figured out?
I don't think Dio ever heard me. He called in 3 times and kept showing a video feed, and then it would freeze up. And he was trying to show me the video feed, but I can't get the video feed to go out on. It's on a different computer completely, so I can't show it. He's got to Skype me on a different address. So hopefully he'll do that on this.
I think they're kind of doing it out away from the city, so there might not be cell reception out there because he's out in the country, I think.
Tricky.
Our did you see the thing that I posted up in the chat that our phone, like how they do? We talked about that, the Fiend phone. Ours should be police sirens.
Change the ringtone to a police siren.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. Because when it rings, we hear it over the air. So.
Yeah, I will change
I don't know
that.
if Derek's listening to it.
Yes, I hear you. I will change that to something like wee 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 wee, or some kind of like cop sound or something.
Something comical, like the British one, where it's like super annoying.
Yeah. Some of them get like a wail. They whine. It's not just a siren. They also have like.
It's even cooler.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's great. So okay, I will improve that for next episode. I will get replacement sound. Now I don't know if I can replace the sound for Google Voice when we get calls through our call-in line, but for Skype I know that I can change those sounds. So we'll try that. For Skype, actually, I have it set up so that when people request a call, it's automatically accepted. That's why Dio just jumped in. Do you guys want me to play this video of the kid getting attacked by the police officer?
Yeah, man.
It's 4 minutes long, so it's a little long, but maybe I can do some skimming of it now and get that.
Is there a lot of good dialogue in it?
Let's listen.
October 26, 2013, getting pulled over by St. Petersburg Police Department.
He starts out right.
1 block away from my residence.
He's given the time and date
He's
and
accusing
location.
me of apparently refusing to abide to a traffic stop. He flashed his lights less than a half a block away from where I live, so I pulled into my own apartment. This is my complex.
Well, the real crime he's committing is using video
I asked
vertically.
the officer what was the reason for the traffic stop. His answer was because he wanted to stand by for more.
This guy here? Okay.
Vertical video should be a crime.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a big chunk I can skip. It's silent. Hey, we got a question from the chat. Nathan asks, if a cop demands ID from you in Ohio and you disobey, what happens?
I offered it. You just never came to get it. Here you go.
Give me open the car. Let's put it down. Give him to me.
Here you go.
I'm asking one more time.
You can ask as many times as you want, officer.
Hey, come over here. 15. Open this door.
Absolutely not.
Okay, no problem. You got keys to this car? We can bust this window.
You can bust your window if you want. That'll set you up for failure.
Okay, you might want to talk to him.
He's asked for my license registration. It's been here. Registration and license have been here the whole time.
Oh, we're on.
I am not.
Sorry.
This is not.
And welcome back to the Cop Block Radio Show live on LRN.FM. I'm your host, Eric, and with me tonight I have Scott and Derek J.
Hey!
And I hear the music fading in and out. Are we all good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Oh, okay.
My audio sounds
all right,
fine.
So, wow, my whole connection's freaking out. So, what is the story that Derek had?
Oh, well, I got this great story about a young man who was pulled over recently, and yeah, I'm here, I'm talking. I was just telling a story about how a young man was pulled over, and when he was presenting his ID and insurance, the police officer didn't take it because his window wasn't rolled down enough, apparently. So this young man's name is Curtis Shannon, and he was driving home from work on the night of December 26th, 2013, when he was stopped and assaulted by St. Petersburg, Florida police. According to Shannon's description on South Florida Cop Block's website, just before he got home, a police cruiser pulled behind his car and was following him very closely. Both him and the cruiser stopped at a red light. When it turned green, and just after he started making the last turn before he got home, lights started flashing. Being less than half a block from his home, he put his hazard lights on and slowly backed into his place. He then turned off his car and headlights, turned on the interior lights, and waited to see what the issue was. When the officer approached his vehicle and asked to see his papers, Curtis told him he told Curtis that he was looking for them. When Curtis found his paperwork, he offered it to the officer, but the officer did not take them. Instead, he told Curtis to roll down his window all the way. According to Curtis, the window was a quarter of the way down, and from the video, it's clear down enough to hear the belligerent officer barking at him. Shannon then asked the officer, Curtis Shannon, "Why did you pull me over, officer?" And the officer responds, quote, "Because I wanted to. Now step out of the vehicle." Curtis responded, "Because I want to is not a legal reason to pull someone over, let alone ask them out of the car. Can you tell me why you pulled me over?" And this is great. Asking questions of the police is absolutely the right thing to do if you're going to speak to them at all. The officer then walked around the back of his car to check his license plates and call for backup. The rest of the story can be heard on this video clip, which we will play for you now.
December 26, 2013, getting pulled over by St. Petersburg Police Department, 1 block away from my residence. He's accusing me of apparently refusing to abide to a traffic stop. He flashed his lights less than a half a block away from where I live, so I pulled into my own apartment. This is my complex. I asked the officer what was the reason for the traffic stop. His answer was because he wanted to stand by for more.
You know this guy here? Okay.
So here, the police officer comes up to his window. He's just waiting here. So for a little while, it's silent. And then when the police officer arrives, he's holding his license, insurance, and registration up by the window so the officer can clearly see it and grab it if he liked. But this is what the officer does instead.
Now, give me license registration.
I offered it. You just never came to get it.
Registration.
Here you go.
Give me open the car. Let's go down. Give him to me.
Here you go.
I'm gonna ask one more time.
You can ask as many times as you want, officer.
Hey, come over here. 15. Open this door.
Absolutely not.
Okay, no problem. You can keys in his car. We can bust his window.
You can bust your window if you want. That'll set you up for failure.
Okay, you might want to talk to him.
He's asked for my license, registration. It's been here. Registration and license have been here the whole time. I am not. This is not. Your threats are not going to make me open this door any faster. That's not going to help you out either.
No problem. You got keys in his car?
She does not. She does not have.
He's going to go to jail. Okay? Okay.
My license and registration. My name is Corporal Shannon, the USMC. You can have my license and registration.
No, I need to see you. I need you to get out this car. That's what I need you to do.
Why do I need to get out of the car?
Because I asked you to.
That's not a good reason. You pulled me over a half a block from my house. I've cooperated fully so far.
First of all, you was driving in an erratic manner.
There's no.
Out of lanes. Okay, that's what
I use my turn signal each time, sir. I saw you since before.
Listen, this is not a debate. Okay? I asked you to get out the car.
Again, I have my license and registration for you. You need to give me a reason for me to step out of this car.
I'm not. That's what I'm telling you. All right?
Before you bust my window, I'm going to let you know you're being recorded.
Okay, good. You got the car?
Again, I'm telling you that I've done absolutely nothing wrong.
I asked you to step out the car, okay? After you refused to let the window down the first time.
Sir, I'm not from around this area. I'm not debating with you. I've already heard enough about SPPD around here. I am not going to step out of this car so you can beat the hell out of me. I'm sorry.
We can do what?
You just threatened to bust my window, force me out of the car.
We're not going to walk away.
For a traffic stop?
Yes, you're going to jump obstruction now.
There's no obstruction.
You didn't give me your when I asked for it the first time.
I had it out the whole time. I had it out the whole time. Don't change the stories because your backup got here. I had my ID the whole time. You refused to come and get it.
I don't want to bust the window, and I'm telling you.
Again, you're hostage. Are you going to calm down? I'll get out if you calm down, because they haven't said anything. You just done nothing but attitude.
Step out your car then.
Alrighty. I'm going to turn off these lights. I'm going to open the door and step out. All right.
Bad move, dude. Shouldn't have been talking to him in the first place, and now you're stepping in it. They asked you to get out of the car. They have no legal reason. Now they're going to beat your ass.
Sir, please stop. Sir, please stop. Sir, please stop.
Get out the car.
Sir, please stop. Sir, please stop. Sir, please. I already told you. I already told you I was stepping out of the car. This is exactly why. Sir, you're grabbing onto me. I told you I would step out. Okay, get out the car.
And that's where the video cuts out. What did he do right? What did he do wrong? Let's break it down. Hello.
He didn't roll his window down. I think Eric got disconnected. He didn't roll his window down, which was a very wise choice. But I mean, he could have rolled it down a little bit more. He was. I don't know. I wasn't in this.
Could have rolled his window down more. Are you kidding me? He could have submitted more. What a.
I'm not saying. In the beginning, he could have done. After the guy asked him to, I wouldn't have done so.
No, he was well within his right. It was down a quarter. The cop reached into his car to be aggressive and threatening. So if the cop can reach into his car window through his window, it's open enough for him to grab a license and registration and speak to him. We can hear him clearly. He can reach the documents that he requested easily. And he was just being a thug. It was a power play. It was submit to my demands to let me show you who's in charge. And that guy who claimed to be a Marine Corps, the Curtis fellow, he was not submitting to that. He was saying, you know, you're making demands of me that are illegal, and you have no authority if you have no legitimate claim over me to say that I've committed any sort of crime. And he hadn't. He was sitting in his own apartment complex. What he did wrong, in my opinion, was open his damn mouth. He shouldn't have been saying anything except for asking questions about, am I free to go, am I being detained? and if he was being detained, he should shut up, or at least wait for a lawyer or call a lawyer or something. He could have been live streaming. That would have been another smart thing for him to do. Instead of simply recording video, he could have put that up to a live stream, especially if he's in a place like his apartment complex. Definitely has Wi-Fi, so he can connect that way. And then don't get out of your car. They made it clear that this was a request, not an order. There was no legal authority.
That's not true.
What?
He asked him several times, and he said, "Now I'm telling you to get out of the car."
That doesn't make it. That doesn't make it an order.
It does.
No, it does not.
It does make it an order, and a question and an order are two different things. If they ask you to get out of the car, you do not have to. If they tell you to, you have to, or they can come in after you.
Well, they should have done that. He should have let them break in the window.
And he didn't. He got out of the car, but
you don't make it easy for them. No, you don't make it easy for them to beat you. If he's got the video camera and he can see the aggression that's happening here, you take full advantage of that and you record the police officers doing. Well, yeah, I know, but that's a mistake. He should have protected himself and said, "No, I'm not stepping out of the car. If you're going to break my window, go ahead and be the thug you are. I'm not going to make it easy for you to beat me up."
You're not gonna get any farther in the system as soon as they say, "Were you asked or were you told to get out of the car?" You no longer have a defense.
So it says legally, but a jury is not going to convict a person for that. It's up to the jury essentially. It's not up.
The jury is going to convict somebody for that.
Why?
Especially if there's a recording. There's a recording where he says, "I'm asking you to get out of the car," and then he says, "I'm telling you to get out of the car." That's an order, and people think a lawful order is what's gonna fly.
Well, I would set that person free because I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
I totally do too, man. I would laugh at this. I would be like, "There's no way this dude did anything wrong." But whenever you sit in front of 12 people and they say, "Well, the officer told him to do it and he didn't comply," and cops are always right, it's gonna show.
No, man, that attitude's
that's exactly
changing.
what they're gonna say. No, maybe in La La Land, but here in reality, it's not. It's how it is.
So what's going on with Eric? Why don't we have him?
I don't know. He keeps getting timed out, and he's like, "Yo, can you hear me?" And then he sends me a message. "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah, he sounds like crap.
I don't know. I couldn't hear him at all.
Yeah, he sounds like crap. He's got 8 minutes here to get connected with us.
Well, he was asking me, he's like, "Dude, I can't hear Derek. It's getting all choppy." And I'm like, "No, Derek," because like whenever you were reading that thing,
yeah,
it was going like you were reading it, but you could while you were reading it, you would pause, collect your thoughts, and then go on. And I'm like, "No, that's the reading. It's not the connection." So I think it's actually his connection that sucks.
Yeah, I agree.
And obviously, he got kicked off.
He was saying the music was going in and out, which for me it wasn't at all. It was completely clear and solid the whole time. So. Yeah, it's definitely some connection is messed up. I'm hardwired in. Are you on a hardwire line? And God damn it, would you get some headphones? I can still hear your echo.
I spent all my money on a tent.
Christ. It better be the Cadillac of tents, because like for $10
awesome.
You can pick yourself up a set of cans.
Oh man. I was going to get them off of Amazon, but then I started realizing I went back through all my Amazon. I spent way too much money on Amazon.
Yeah, I can't help
3
it.
months.
It's so easy
Freaking
to do.
Amazon Prime, those fuckers.
It's easy to do. So how long have you been a Prime user?
I did the 30-day, and then as soon as the 30 days was up, I paid my 100 bones, and now in the past 2 months, I've spent more money than I should have.
Yep. Must be pretty nice.
I did buy 2 plane tickets this month with freaking Bitcoin off Cheap Air.
Hell yeah.
Fucking awesome.
That is awesome. Way to go.
Yeah, I'm hoping to make some money off of the one.
Would you going to resell it?
No.
Don't forget, we are recording here on YouTube.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I get reimbursed for it.
Okay, cool.
So if I paid for it in Bitcoin and I get paid in cash, if I take the cash and then buy the Bitcoin to replace it, whenever the Bitcoin's lower, which I've been watching it a lot, and it probably is going to go back below, so I'll actually make money on it.
Nice. Bada bing.
Yeah.
Also, if you buy things with Bitcoin, sometimes you get a kickback. Like with Gift, when you buy things at, say, Target or Amazon even, you can get 3% back. They kick 3% back to you because they otherwise would have to pay credit card fees. When you spend with Bitcoin, there are no fees. So.
Wait, Amazon takes Bitcoin?
Yes, if you use the third-party app called
Gift.
Yeah, which is easy to do. It just takes a couple of seconds and a couple of clicks, and then you're buying Bitcoin.
Man, my internet is going to shit.
Hey, welcome back, Eric, and welcome back, Dio. Good to be with you both. So you got some video to share with us, Dio?
Derek.
Hey, Dio.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm
Not a
trying to
whole
send you a video message of what I took of that.
Okay, cool. I'll play your video message.
All right. So, yeah, I gotta wait till I get in better cell reception for it to actually send the whole fucking. So.
Yeah, got it. Well, take your time. We got like 5 more minutes before we're back.
Oh, okay. You're on break now?
Yes.
Okay. You want me to hang on, or you just want me to call back when I get back to my house?
Up to you.
I can turn the Wi-Fi when I get to my house. So I mean.
All right. Yeah, do that.
Okay.
All right. Peace.
All right. And you want me to call you at Derek J, right?
Yeah. This one. Can you guys hear him? Can you guys hear?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. And count to 10 for me, Dio, just so I know that the YouTube can hear you.
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, we're good. It hears
5,
you.
6, 7, 8, 9. Okay.
Thank you. All right. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I'll call you back when I get to my house. About 5 minutes.
All right. Cool. Peace, man.
All right. Bye.
Do you have anything? I guess you're using earbuds or something, Scott.
What?
I guess you're using
What'd you
earbuds.
say?
Like what are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there some way? Can you turn the volume down a little bit so that I'm not hearing an echo? Check. 1 2 1 2. Yeah.
I don't even know which freaking volume to turn down.
Are you using a Yeti?
Yeah.
The volume. Or do you have your headphones or earbuds plugged into the Yeti?
No, that doesn't work for some reason.
Because you have to select that you want your Yeti to be your speakers as well. If you're gonna use.
That's way too advanced for him.
Okay.
Dude, come on, man, Derek.
It's 2014. That's not a lot to ask. You know how to adjust your speaker settings if you listen to music.
I don't.
See, I told you.
Speaker, like
free music. I mean, like how?
I don't use my laptop. I use my laptop for work and the radio show. That's it.
Okay. Are you like a Luddite? Do you hate technology or what?
No, I don't use a laptop ever.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna put the ads.
We don't all broadcast our whole life on the internet.
All right. Fair enough.
Yeah. Oh shit.
And the Pan American Center.
All right. So I missed most of the segment. Was it just pretty much all the
historical real-world
video?
convictions?
Yes.
Okay. Proof that the person.
So we didn't answer the question about the. We had the question in the chat room that we never answered.
Correct.
What was the question?
It was if you refuse to give your ID in Ohio, what happens?
In Sacramento, California, released water from the Trinity.
I'll be right back. I'm getting water.
In response to protests from community and tribal members in the area. Now, the tribes have argued that the Lewiston Dam was containing water that could save local fish populations who are facing death in low and warm water conditions. On August 19th, around 200 representatives from the Yurok, Hoopa Valley, Winneman, Wintu, and Karuk tribes gathered at the Boer offices demanding action. Following the protests, the Boer offices announced the changes and began to release the water on Saturday, August 23rd. The water will run continuously until September 14th. Support for Liberty Beat comes from Cabo Bob's, non-GMO chips, homemade tortillas, and no high-fructose corn syrup in anything. Visit them at one of their 2 locations in Austin, Texas, 500 East Ben White Boulevard and 2828 Rio Grande near the UT campus. This is the Liberty Beat for Wednesday, August 27th, 2014. I'm Brian Hagan reporting.
All experts agreed this week that the dying U.S. economy is no reason at all to stop investing in print media, calling the newspaper and magazine industry a veritable cash cow with massive potential for growth. Top experts everywhere said that aggressive investment in print media will pay off in spades, and that newsprint is in no way threatened by internet news sites or online video content. Besides, everyone in the know agreed, loyal readers of newspapers would never, ever in a million years turn their back on the trusted print media industry that has always been there for them in good times and bad.
This is the Onion News Network.
It's the Onion Radio News. I'm Doyle Redland. Cardiologists announced today that test subjects who took a single aspirin tablet followed by a fifth of bonded Kentucky bourbon were 85% less likely to realize they were having a heart attack. Potential side effects for the new treatment include slurred speech, impaired vision,
Ian just posted a picture. His
for the Onion Radio
dog
News,
came up from Florida. She's over 10 years old now, and she was kind of fat when he came. He just posted a picture of when he got her in June and what she looks like now. Like, she's lost like 15 pounds. It's crazy.
Just from not being lay around the house dog, or what?
I don't know what they did, but she was constantly going everywhere with him and his girlfriend. So she's the dog has gotten a lot of more movement.
Ian has a girlfriend.
But she looks good for being old. Yeah.
Huh.
Okay.
She was overfed and under-exercised. And we've been on the air for like 30 seconds. I just realized that.
A woman's life-size Obama statue was stolen, and she was so distressed she went to the hospital.
Yeah, I was wondering, are you going to bring us back?
Yeah, well, we've been back. I just realized that. This is how we roll. We're pretty loose on this show.
We just roll right back.
Hey, a man was held at gunpoint in California for carrying an umbrella.
On campus.
That's right.
I saw that. That
Dangerous.
was insane.
Yep. The police got a call. They locked down the entire university. People were locked into their classrooms. They were terrified for about half an hour. And it turns out the man was just carrying an umbrella. He joked about it, saying something like, oh, you know, when I bring an umbrella to school, the SWAT team shows up. You know, I have to laugh about it, otherwise I'd cry. I'm like, wow.
Maybe you should cry.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe you should give a thought to that, actually, because it's sad that a SWAT team shows up when you're carrying an umbrella. There's something a little wrong with that. And, you know, some things...
I mean, that was a teacher at the school, though, right?
Yeah. So, I don't know if he just didn't want to be unpopular or something by criticizing the police.
Like he should have done?
Yeah, a little strange.
Or criticizing the school who called the police?
Yeah, you know, he could have placed blame where it belongs, but instead he just wants to scoff it off and say, oh, hey, you know, this stuff happens, right? Only in Nazi Germany and 2014 America, you know. Anyway, I hate to make that comparison. So what other police stories do you guys have this week?
All right, so this is one that I had in the prep from last week, but we never got to it. And it's out of Knoxville, Tennessee, where a police cadet was fatally shot after he opened fire on his ex-girlfriend's house last week. So this is now 2 weeks ago. Now, the crazy thing about this is that it's actually from the Huffington Post, so it's kind of weird that they post something like this. So
why is that weird?
Well, we'll get to it in a second. So Michael Williams Little, he was 21, and he was a police cadet. He went to a family get-together of his ex-girlfriend, and apparently they had, you know, just broken up a couple weeks ago. So after the meeting with the family and their friend, he went back to his... I thought he went back to his vehicle. That was from a different story. Anyways, it says that he pulled out a .45 caliber handgun and shot his ex-girlfriend, her mother, and another bystander named Travis Wagner.
What? And he was qualified to be a police cadet?
Yeah.
Seems unstable to me.
Very stable. Yeah, very stable guy, it looks like. Travis Wagner, he died at the scene, and the girlfriend was shot in the leg, and her mother was in serious condition at the hospital. Now, the thing is that he was actually shot back because somebody at the party had access to a rifle and ended up shooting back at him, and the police cadet was shot and killed.
Yikes.
So now why I say this is weird that Huffington Post would, because this sounds like a very pro-gun story. It's like, well, if he didn't have a rifle on hand, who knows what else would have happened if the shooter wasn't taken down. So it's kind of, I don't know what angle they're trying to play, because usually Huffington Post is very really leftist.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
You're right. That is interesting.
Propaganda machine.
Hey, we have Dio, a cop blocker in Ohio, on the line. I'd like to get an update from him. Dio, you are on Cop Block Radio. Go ahead with your thoughts.
I am here. I just got back from blocking a checkpoint that is now a driver's license checkpoint, not a DUI checkpoint.
Tell us more.
Down in Cleveland, they're doing a driver's license checkpoint right now on Broadview Road at the corner of Broadview and West 30th. They've got a bunch of cops out there, and they're just, let me see your driver's license, let me see your driver's license, let me see your driver's license, you know. So I was out there and making a lot of people aware of it and everything like that. I got my sign out there and everything.
Yeah.
Bunch of people showed up with their own signs too, so had like 6 or 7 people out there in the corner trying to keep people from going that way.
And you've got video for us to take a look at too, right?
Yes, I sent you a video message of the actual driver's license checkpoint sign and everything like that. So
okay, to where did you send that?
To you, to Derek J.
Okay, but I have lots of places, email addresses, Twitter, you know.
Skype. This Skype right here is where I sent it to.
Okay, I have not received that yet. So when we get it, I will play it for you.
Yeah, it's probably going through right now. So.
Okay, excellent.
Yeah, there was like.
Do you have video you can share with us now?
No, I'm not down there anymore. I'm back home now. I'd have to go look through my memory card on my camera phone.
I'm talking about video of you.
Video of me.
Yeah.
I mean, Greater Cleveland Cop Block on YouTube's got all the videos that I make. So.
I meant right now, but you know that's cool.
I guess I can video call you. I guess, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess we can do that.
You're live on air. We can put your video on air. So figure why not turn on your video?
Sure.
So how was it? Did you get a good reaction? Were there other activists out there? Were you the only one? Did the police interact with you at all?
No, not really too much interaction with the police outside of blowing their horns and giving me the finger and shit like that. I mean.
Did you talk to any bystanders?
Did you get on video? Was any of that on video?
Yeah, there's some people that live over there by where they were doing it that were, they were upset that they had to live near where this was going on.
Yeah.
So, it was good to get their reaction from it. But it's funny, man, because you stand out there, I could stand out there all night with a sign, and there's still people lining up to get that steak dick jammed up their ass. I can't figure it out, man. They just keep on going right into it.
What do you mean lining up? They didn't care? You gave them a warning, and they were like, we'll go through it.
Yeah, fuck it, I got a driver's license, it's valid, why not? That's the thought process.
Wow.
It wasn't, a lot of them turned when I told them, because I was like, this is not a DUI checkpoint anymore. They're going after driver's licenses on this one, so, what's next? We're going to start burning Jews? I mean...
Wait, what? How does that follow?
Well, because that's what happens next, right? That's where the Nazis went first. They started doing paper police checkpoints.
No, that's a pretty big leap.
You made the Nazi Germany reference earlier.
Like I said, I mean, that's where that kind of shit leads to. So
Yeah.
Except it'd be everybody.
And it's funny because when I said that, everybody was like, "Oh wow, okay."
Yeah, but it's the term isn't Jews anymore. It's domestic terrorists. That's what the new target has become.
Yeah.
See, I'm not up on all the terms and stuff, man.
Yeah, and anyone who questions authority is a domestic terrorist. See, it's very easy to qualify.
Uh-oh, I gotta go then. No, yeah, I agree. I understand what's going on, and it's insane already, man. Like I said, the amount of people that are just willing to go through it no matter what, I mean, even though you've been warning them and stuff, is just...
Now, last time you were harassed, you had a sign that said, turn now, and the police said, you can't have that sign. So what kind of sign did you have tonight?
Yeah, I was just using the police activity checkpoint sign. There's a picture of it on Greater Cleveland Cop Block that I posted up on there. Yeah, I didn't. The way they had the thing set up, there wasn't really an opportunity to turn out of it if you didn't. If you don't live there, you don't know the little alleyways and side streets that you could have turned out of it there. So a lot of people that go down that way don't realize that there are turns there. So where I was sitting, it really didn't make sense to show the turn now part of the sign. So, I was just showing that there was police activity checkpoint ahead, and and hopefully a lot of them had their windows down, so I was able to talk to a lot of them. So, I was able to get the message across that this is not just a DUI anymore.
Yeah, Dio, can you hear our guests? Can you hear the co-hosts?
No, I can only hear you.
So, you don't hear Eric?
No.
Eric, say something.
Oh, yeah, I was trying to talk to him.
And you can't hear that at all?
Hear me?
Nope.
What was your question?
And you don't hear any of the music playing?
No.
Okay. All right.
No, I can only hear you.
So Eric, if you're main host tonight, right? Cut off Dio if he doesn't hear the music or if he's talking or whatever. Cut him off so he knows, because I don't want to jump on your shoes. I thought you were gonna say.
Well, he can't hear me.
Dio can't hear him. Cut him off. He'll just you know what I mean?
Oh, good point.
That's
okay, so I'll be in charge of cutting off Dio. Yep, I'll do that.
Wait, man.
And I don't want to cut you off. So here, Dio, while we're on this short break.
Can he hear either of us or no?
No, he cannot. Not at the moment. So I'm going to see if I can adjust some of my settings here and get him on, because he's not on the regular call-in line. He's on my call-in line.
You want me to hang up then and get the video going?
Oh yeah, whatever you want to do here.
I don't know how to do it without hanging up and hitting video call instead of voice call. So.
Oh, here we go. Hey, Eric, say something.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Now, yes.
All right, cool. We got that patched in. Cool.
Yes.
So okay.
I'm still not going to be. I don't think I'm still going to be able to hear callers though. But
yeah, you should be able to hear everything. You're in the mix now.
Okay.
Holy ballsack.
Hey, Scott.
What's holy ballsack?
I was looking at something on a map here, and that's forget that, Shiza.
What you talking about?
Just somebody who lives way too close to New York. New York is like cesspool number 3 of the country, in my opinion.
Yeah, you want to avoid New York unless you like fascism.
I want to. Yeah, I'm not into. Did you see the video of the? I'm sure everybody's seen it, where the cop is frisking the one guy. It's a black guy. He's got a white T-shirt on. He's black jeans on. He's busting the sag, and the cop grabs his cock. Yep. And he goes, "What's that?" And the guy goes, "My penis." And the guy goes, "Your penis. Sorry about that."
Yeah.
Every time. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
Every time that one comes around, it's always good for a chuckle. I saw that when it came around again today. I was like, "Oh, you poor dumb bastard."
That one is a classic. I'm looking for that video. If anyone can find it, I'm still looking for the video of the guy who went to talk to the police officer.
I have checked Free Thought Project.
Yeah, I've checked Free Thought Project. I didn't see it
on Police State.
I didn't see it on their website. It might be on Facebook, or I don't know. I don't know where I'm gonna find it. Yeah, maybe it was at Police State. Unclear.
Did you see the one where the guy, the magician, made the bag of weed disappear?
You got it? It was just like that? You found it that quick? Where was it?
It was on Free Thought Project. I just clicked on the filming cops section as the third one.
Damn, I missed it. I was there.
I just posted it in the TeamSpeak chat.
Okay, thank you. Hold on.
All right, you want me to do that? You want me to hang up then and try getting that video thing to call?
Yeah.
I try.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, I'll call right back.
Coming back in 10.
Connected with video, audio, free books, a forum, and activist tools you can download and use in your area at freekeen.com.
Yeah, this mute has been a slight curse.
Cool. There you go.
How's that?
Yep, we see you.
This is the Liberty Radio
you look
Network,
good.
broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day
5 seconds.
at LRN.FM.
And welcome back to the Cop Block Radio Show live on LRN.FM. I'm your host, Eric, and with me tonight I have Scott and Derek J.
Yo.
Holy crap.
You've got all the
That's
good
very
electronics over there, Derek.
We also
he sounds like the Wizard of Oz.
We also got Dio on the line. Don't forget our friend Dio. He's here.
What's up, boys?
Oh, hey, there he is.
We also.
All right, so I have a question about I know they've been doing them for quite a while, the driver's license checkpoints, because when I lived out there a year and a half ago, they were doing them. Do you know anything about people challenging these things?
No, not really. There's not like anybody. I mean, I don't see anything in court or anything like that. Like any court cases coming up, anything like that. So, I mean, as far as I know, like there's no ACLU challenge or anything like that. You know what I mean? They basically, when I went down there and I went past them, they basically gave me a paper actually that said, you know, how to film the police basically. So. You know, they're on board with filming them and stuff like that, and holding the signs and stuff like that. But they wholeheartedly believe that the Supreme Court has given them the right to do this. So
very weird. So we had a question in the chat room a while back, and I hadn't gotten around to answering it. And the question was that if you refuse to give your license or ID to a cop in Ohio, what happens? Now, the only reason I know that you have to show your ID is if you are accused of committing a crime, suspected that you're about to commit a crime, or you have witnessed a felony. That's the only times I know that you actually have to show ID. Other than that, there's no...
Driving a car.
What?
Unless you're driving a car.
Yeah.
Now, I've never seen that law. I don't know that's a separate law.
I'm sorry, Eric, but it's not that is part of that particular law like that. Okay, it's not written that the only time you have to drive you have to show your ID is blah 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 blah, and when you're driving a car, it's not written like that. The law is written for showing your ID like when you're walking. Okay, so that's one thing. That's where that law comes from. But when it comes to driving a car, the law says that you have to have a driver's license whenever you're behind the wheel of a car. It also says that you have to present your ID to Leo, who asks when you're driving a car. So they're using that as the loophole to be able to ID people behind the wheel.
I'm curious, but off topic. If you can pull that up and send it to me sometime, I'd be very interested in seeing it because I only know of the other law, so I had never heard of that.
Yeah, no, I'm not even sure where the law is written, but I know that that's what they're saying. That's what they are going by. That is allowing them to get away with this.
Yeah, that's probably what they're going by and saying. It's probably not actually codified anywhere.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you because I don't know the code. So, you know, I can do my best. I can give it a shot and try and look it up in the ORC and see what they say. But, you know, it's other than that, it's probably the motor vehicle code or something. It's probably not even in the fucking the ORC.
Do you have any estimate of how many people you saved tonight, Dio?
Yeah, lots of people turned away from it, but you know, like I said, there's still lots of people that just can't wait to go and get strip searched. I mean, it's like they don't feel comfortable unless they're being accosted by these people. It's like, I mean, you know, as much as I stood out there and hold the sign, and there's, you know, people riding by with their windows open, and I'm telling them, get off the damn phone, you know, they're going to get you for that too. You know, do you put your seatbelt on, do all this stuff?
What do you say to them?
They just do it, and they just do their stuff and go through it. It's really mind-boggling to me.
What do you say exactly?
Like I said, you know, get off the phone because they're going to go after you for that too, and put your seatbelt on, and, you know, like I seen there was a couple guys that wanted to go down through there with duct tape on their car. I was like, you might as well just spell pull me over with duct tape on the car if you go down there like that. You know?
Well, how many is a lot? You say you saved a lot of people. Can you ballpark it for us?
Yeah, I mean, there was at least 200-300 cars came by, so, like, if I got half of that, I'd be happy.
Okay, can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
I say 200-300 cars came by, so if I got half that, I'd be happy.
All right, very cool. All right, that sounds good. About 150 people saved, approximately?
Yeah, Derek, this isn't anything new, though. Somebody pointed out you said ballparked. But anyways, this isn't anything new. I mean, you've been out in Manchester where there have been like 40 activists out there and people still drive through.
Yeah, people absolutely. They're strange creatures. You know, humans are weird, and they are resistant to being told what to do in a lot of cases. You know I am, and so people saying, you know, get off your phone, they might say like, fuck you, I'll do what I want, and then they see police and they're like, oh, whoa, okay, all right. You know, so sometimes it's more effective to say like, police ahead, and let them make their own decision about what they're going to do about that. Anyway, yeah, some people are like, all right, I'm going to go through anyway, I don't care, I got nothing to hide. And to them I say, sure, do what you want. You know, if you want to submit, if you want to be submissive, I got no problem with that. I just want to save the people who have a spine.
Exactly.
And I also don't want to pay for it.
Yeah, well, that would be nice. Some people don't pay for it, but yeah, saving people is really my goal. And
I think we need to get some of those sandwich boards, because they put those sandwich boards out there, you know, saying that the checkpoints here and, you know, have such and such ready and all that junk. We should totally get a bunch of sandwich boards and put them all out there.
I'm gonna have I got a guy here in Dayton, Ohio, that's got a little money. He's willing to pay for a couple the you know, the scrolling LED signs that we can hang around our neck.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then we can program them to say whatever we want them to say, and then, you know, just have them around our necks and just go out there and stand there with those.
One of the most effective sign-making materials I've seen so far in use in Manchester and New Hampshire and here in Keene are black poster board signs that have white reflective tape on them, so that when cars are driving by, not only do the signs look official because they've got that reflective appearance to them, but also it's highly visible. You know, sometimes when you're driving by quickly, these signs are drawn on with Sharpie. The lights, you know, blare out the message, so you can't even read what people are trying to warn you about. But with reflective tape, it costs a little more, it takes a little more time and energy, but the effort is worth it because they can be reused, and there's no substitute for visibility.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, mine's white with black lettering, and it's nice big block lettering, and it's like a 3x3 sign, so it's really big. And they I usually stand underneath the street light or underneath the you know, like the stoplight, so that I got light on me as well as, you know, so that they can see doubly. But it does, reflective tape would be definitely a good addition to it.
Word. Hey, coming up, I want to talk about this video. I don't know if you guys saw this, but a citizen said to a cop in Texas, "Sir, I'm going to need to see your license and insurance, please. I smell marijuana in your car."
Yeah, I saw that.
Well, let's play that video in moments.
This video is hilarious, especially how he treats them. And some of the responses are just as funny. So, yeah, we'll play that when we come back. You are listening to the CopBlock Radio Show on LRN.FM.
The warning signs.
At first, he made me feel special. He promised he'd look after.
This is nice, Dio. I have your video up on the screen here, so we've got you on video as well as audio.
Cool.
Yeah, this is nice.
Did you get that message I sent you yet, or?
I don't have any message. Let me disconnect from you and see if I can check through my text messages. Will you? Maybe I'll dial you back in a minute or two.
Yeah, sure.
All right, cool. Peace.
Okay.
Your video on the website is like lagging behind.
Yes.
Like where you're talking.
Yes. There's a lot of material going out at once.
Like on your live video link.
Mm-hmm. Yep. LRN is the smoothest sounding. That one's always the highest quality, and the lowest will be YouTube. Just something I have to deal with.
Yeah, because like Dio's still talking on the video.
Mm-hmm. So he's got a video message here for us. Looks like I can play that. Seems to be downloading now. It says, sorry, the video message is currently unavailable. Please try again later. Yeah, he's going to have to resend that. Okay. Hey, can you resend that video? It says can't play.
Fuck, man. It's when I was down there. It said your name said offline, but you accepted video messages or whatnot. So I just tried to make a video message and send it. So
I see a picture of you, and when I click play, it says sorry, we can't play this message.
Yeah, that sucks.
So okay, that's it. You can't like send it again or anything.
I don't know. I can give it a shot, I guess.
Okay, cool.
If I can find where it resends or whatnot.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, but if you can figure it out, that'd be great. I'd love to play it. Otherwise, we've still got the video of this cop blocker, Jake D. in Arlington, Texas.
Okay. All right, yeah, let me hang up with you and check it out.
All right, rad.
Okay.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this, right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
You can sign up to receive the latest about the Liberty Radio Network.
Okay, we're coming back live in a couple of seconds.
Okay. That's
Okay.
updates.lrn.fm.
Welcome back to the Cop Block Radio Show live on LRN.FM. I'm your host, Eric, and with me tonight I have Scott and Derek J.
Hey!
Dio.
Dio's here.
Dio's still here, right?
What's up, man? Yeah.
Oh, all right. I thought he jumped off.
He's back and forth.
He's enjoying himself.
So we want to play the story that you were talking about?
Yeah, so I started to get into this in the end of the last segment. This story is from the freethoughtproject.com. Cop watcher Jake D. was out conducting police officer accountability Sunday night when he came upon an Arlington, Texas police officer double parked. Although double parking in a private lot probably won't land you any tickets, it could very well land you tons of harassment by your local police department, especially being parked there at night. That harassment could easily turn into assault with a deadly weapon and kidnapping if you had any illegal part of nature in your car. Jake D., with Tarrant County Peaceful Streets Project, saw this opportunity to give an officer a taste of what it feels like to be shaken down when doing nothing wrong. In a classic move, he quickly rolls up on the officer and begins demanding the officer's papers, followed by accusations of smelling marijuana, just like an officer would act towards a citizen. Jake D. even gives the Free Thought Project a shout-out during his police interrogation. Well done, Jake. Well done. We've got the video for you here, linked to from thefreethoughtproject.com. Take a listen.
Hey, check out that parking lot you got. Ask him if you got the ID.
Sir, do you have any ID with you tonight?
What kind of ID are you looking for?
Driver's license and insurance?
No.
Well, you're double parked right now. I'm going to need to see your driver's license and insurance.
Any marijuana in the vehicle?
I think I smell marijuana. Sir, I'm going to need your license and insurance, please. You're double parked right now. He's double parked. Double parked. Sir, if this was me right now, they'd write me a ticket. I need to see your license and insurance, please. And I'm not joking.
My name is Winter.
I need license and insurance, please.
Badge number is 275.
Have you been drinking tonight, sir?
Nothing other than Dr. Pepper.
Well, you're double parked right now, so I'm going to need to see your license and insurance. I'm going to need to ask you to step out of the vehicle, sir. Do you understand what I am saying? I'm going to need you to step out of the vehicle. You are double parked right now. You're failing to show insurance and registration and license.
Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate what y'all do.
Hey, no, Free Thought Liberty Project. Free Thought Project. You double parked.
And the cop rolls away, and he pulls like 40 feet over, and then double parks again.
Double parked again.
And he just walks right behind, like, I guess I'll walk over here
Yep.
again.
So the activist just walks right over to the cop
There's
again.
all parking spots.
Cop thinks he avoided this guy with a camera, not so easily. Oh, now he's driving off again. Weak.
Now I have to say that is a super ballsy move, saying I need you to step out of the vehicle.
Yeah. Asking a police officer to step out of the vehicle, that is pretty brave. Or stupid. Not sure which.
One of the two.
But Jake D is awesome. I mean, he is on point with these questions to the cop, saying, you know, I smell some marijuana? You've been drinking tonight, sir? And he says, while he's answering with his smug reply, nothing but Dr. Pepper, he interrupts him again, saying, sir, you're going to need to step out of the car. Do you understand me? You know, he does everything that the police do.
I love that video.
Yeah.
That's really good. That was a good one. That was one of the better ones I've seen recently.
Yeah.
I would have done it. I just didn't think to do it first. That's all.
Well, now you have the idea, and now you can take it.
Copying, so I can't do it now. So.
So I thought that was one of the best highlights of the week. When I saw that video, I said, yeah, cop blocking should be like that. I mean, police officers getting a taste of their own medicine. It's peaceful. You're just giving them what they give the people, right? If they call that service, then the police should be glad to receive this type of interaction. But of course they're not. They want to run from it. They want to run from the camera. They want to run from being interrogated because it's not pleasant the way police treat the average Joe, demanding ID and demanding they step out of the car. So I saw this as a wonderful example of cop blocking gone right. That cop got the hell out of there, and it's unlikely that he's going to treat the next person like that. I mean, he's going to remember what it felt like, right? They have this thin blue line that helps them forget what it's like to be on the receiving end of harassment. So good job, freethoughtproject.com.
Yeah, that was ballsy, man. That was awesome.
Yeah, great job to the guy who did.
All right, so you're talking about, you know, recording stuff and everything. This is an article that we also put into the prep last week that we didn't talk about that we really should, and it's the New York police officers have been warned against using their personal cell phones to record or take videos take photos while on duty. So on August 7th, there is a order put out that prohibits cops from taking photos, video, and audio recordings during any encounter with their personal devices. And really what this comes down to is that if they are taking photos and video and audio while they're on duty, it's with their personal device. Those devices are still subject to subpoenas and open records requests. Now, I know...
That's interesting. I can't count on one hand how many Parma police officers have taken personal, video of me with their personal cell phones.
In that case, I say you should start submitting record requests for those cell phones.
I shouldn't I?
I wonder, see, all the videos that you see that, could you not go back and say, well, here's the evidence, and just as any person, submit a request for it?
Yeah, anybody can submit a request for anything.
Right.
So yeah, I'd
think
say,
about how many times you've seen cops taking let me get my camera out. I'm going to be a smartass. And it's like you could go back to all these videos and start submitting.
essentially, once they've made a photo or a video, they have essentially made a public record. And should they no longer have said public record, they have destroyed a public record.
Right.
Yeah, but what's the penalty for that? Ooh, they broke policy. You know,
destruction of I believe pretty much everywhere, destruction of public records is a crime across the board. So
I hope so. Even if you have a badge and a gun.
Right. Whether it'll actually get prosecuted, that's a whole other thing. But in most places, it's like felony level if you destroy public records.
Well,
so it would be interesting if
it's interesting if you go back and like one of the first videos I ever shot was with a cop that did that to me, and it was exactly like you said. He thought he was going to be a smartass, and he went and he pulled his camera out of his vest pocket. He's like, "Oh, you're taking pictures. I'm going to take pictures too." You know. So
I got to mute you there. Yeah, I got to mute you there, Dio. Whenever that noise stops, let us know. Wave at the camera or something, and we'll put it back on. All right, great.
Yeah, so, that's sorry.
That's okay. So definitely. I've been recorded by the police on their personal cell phones before. Recently, I was recording outside of the Manchester jail, and some police came up to me saying, "You can't record outside the jail on our property," and well, that's a lie. So, but I wasn't looking to get arrested that night and be a test case for them. So instead, I complied with their request to not record on their property, and then they decided to intimidate me further by taking out their cell phones and recording me. I guess I could send an open records request and ask for their cell phones.
Let's get it started, Derek.
Let's set a precedent of our own.
Definitely. I think everybody should start doing this. Even if you get nothing back, it is worth the reply. Because then you show that they don't even follow their own laws and have no intention in telling you anything.
Right. You'll start to.
All right, we have to head to break. You listen to the Cop Block Radio Show.
This Your Family Today
What was that,
is
Scott?
brought to you by
So
Ovaltine.
you're going to start to develop
Give your kids the
historical
nutrition they
data.
need
Like
to
they'll
be
be
their
pissed, like,
best.
oh,
Visit
this
us
is
at
what we're doing, and they're not complying. They're not complying.
Telling your
Because,
child
as
about
they
help.
continue to do it, you can say, well, look at all these times they've boned everybody.
Right. Well, we have one of the parking enforcers during the trial admitted that she had destroyed the notes that she was instructed to take.
Your mic sounds hot to me, Eric. Does Eric's mic sound
Really?
hot to anyone else?
It's turned down all the way.
Hot meaning?
Hot meaning it's got like some clipping.
I hear the clipping.
It's turned down all the way.
What is it? Is it the volume on the thing? Is that what does it?
Yeah, Dio's also got some clipping, but he's using like a laptop mic or something, so.
No, I'm using my cell phone, dude.
Yeah, so we can expect some of that.
Okay.
But it just
Any
sounded
better?
like maybe Eric was a little too close to the microphone or something. I don't know.
Yeah, my volume's turned down all the way.
Your gain or your volume?
My gain is turned all the way off.
Okay.
It is as low as it goes.
Okay, but how close are you speaking into your mic?
I'm not speaking directly into the mic. I'm speaking past the mic.
Yeah, I'll lower you on my end because I am getting some clipping. I just wanted to let you know about that, make you aware.
Probably fucking me. I'm
well,
monkey wrenching the damn thing.
Nah, it's not. I can adjust your volume in TeamSpeak.
Okay. Hey, but listen, I need to. My daughter's coming from New Jersey, so when she gets here, I'm gonna have to hang up.
Oh
okay?
yeah, that's great. Okay.
But I got an update on my case also because we just went to court yesterday. It's real
What?
short.
You did? Give us
Yeah,
an
we're going to
update,
federal
man.
court.
We only got 15 minutes left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
We're going into our last segment, so
they may not get
we'll
here,
come
so I
straight
just
back
wanted
with
to,
that.
Okay.
I wanted to get that out.
Yeah, give us the
You're
scoop.
going to federal?
Yeah, John Gold is gonna take it to the federal court because I'm not gonna get a fair trial in Parma. So.
No, you won't. Well, that's great.
And the
good
prosecutor
news.
wants to continue with it, so.
Good news.
What an idiot.
He wants to see what the judge thinks of the law, how the judge interprets the law.
Well, yeah, these prosecutors, man, they don't know when to quit sometimes. They don't know what they're up against.
My buddy Chuck was there yesterday, too, for flipping off a cop here in Parma.
That's
and
not
the
illegal.
prosecutor wants to go ahead with that case as well.
Bullshit.
Yeah,
Go
good
ahead.
luck.
You're going to lose.
But it's Parma, dude. He's going to get the judge that is already sympathetic and hates cop blockers in the first place, so he's going to fucking find him guilty if he doesn't find his own lawyer.
You got to find some way to make money on these trials. You know, they're stepping in their own. You know, they're making more problems for themselves than it's probably worth. It's going to cost them a lot.
Well, that's why I say once it's all done, you sue them for malicious prosecution, just like Carla.
John said to me, he said,
Bill
first you have to make the charges go away, and then once they get dismissed, then you can talk about suing.
Yeah. Okay, interesting.
So that's what we're just waiting for. As soon as I get a dismissal, civil suit.
That'll be very interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of court dates, I got one coming up September 8th, but it's not criminal. It's civil, I guess. The CCW appeal. It's going to be September 8th.
What was the one thing that you posted that they were asking about your residency?
Oh, isn't that annoying? That was my car insurance.
Fuck those
guys. It's some New Hampshire law that if you have New Hampshire, you're not required to get car insurance in New Hampshire, but if you get it, then there's all these kinds of rules that you have to follow. Like you have to have this certain level, you have to agree, you have to be a resident, you have to sign on the dotted line, you have to sign over your firstborn. It's crazy. We're coming back.
Yeah, you don't have to have a third brake light, but if you have one, it has to work.
Radio Network Program Guide to find out at
We're back.
shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
And welcome back to the Cop Block Radio Show live on LRN.FM. I am your host, Eric, and with me tonight I have Scott and Derek J. And we also have Dio on the line. So Dio, since this is the last segment, why don't you tell us about your case and give us a little backstory of what happened that led up to the case?
Okay, I quick because my daughter just arrived. I got the sign, the checkpoint ahead. It said "Turn now." I'm not supposed to have that, according to these two cops that gave me a ticket for it. I'm fighting it. Of course, it's a free speech thing. Went to Parma court yesterday. Prosecutor wants to continue with the case. My lawyer, John Gold, says that's stupid. We're going to go to federal court this way here, because I'm not going to get a fair trial in Parma because they hate cop blockers up there. The judges, the cops, they all hate me. So there's no way I'm going to have the judge rule in my favor when it comes to that stuff. So we're going to go to federal court over it. So
do you have a date?
We don't have a federal court date. I have another pre-trial in Parma October 7th.
Okay, we'll be staying updated with that.
Yeah, tell us some about yours too, Derek.
Oh yeah, sure. And if you have to go, we'll say goodbye to you also. We appreciate you being on, Dio. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I gotta go. I gotta go get my daughter.
Peace and love. Have good family time. Peace.
Back at you.
So, yeah, my story is that I was recently denied a concealed carry license by the Keene police. The reason they gave, according to the chief of police, Kenneth Miola, is that I have engaged in, quote, assaultive or threatening behavior. And that's a lie. So I'm taking that to court in the form of an appeal.
If assaulted and threatening behavior means standing there being handcuffed and then getting pepper sprayed.
Yeah, or, having a baton stuck in my bicycle spokes and then given a concussion while being beaten by fists. That's terribly assaultive, but not me. That's
your face assaulted my hand.
Yeah, right. So I'm appealing the decision. It's basically, in layman's terms, I had to ask permission of the local police to be allowed to carry a gun in my pocket without being charged with a crime. And the chief of police said basically, no, I don't like you. You're a nuisance, and you're a political activist, and we don't want people like you, at least I don't want people like you, being able to conceal a gun, even though he has no ability to restrict my freedom to openly carry a gun. He's trying to restrict my freedom to, say, put on a jacket over that gun. It's ridiculous, and I've hired an attorney. Evan Knappen will be appealing, and our court date is September 8th. So if anyone's looking to follow that, there will be video up at freekeen.com and my website, derekj.me. If you want to learn more about the trial or kick me some Bitcoin to help fundraise for the lawyer, that would be much appreciated. The website there is gofundme.com/gunrights. That's gofundme.com/gunrights. Thanks for all your support.
Are there any states that anybody can remember that are constitutional carry?
Vermont and New Mexico.
Vermont and Arizona, I think.
Oh, it's Arizona. You're right. Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I get
And
those states
those states,
Which is it's really funny. Vermont is like the hippy dippy, but they have constitutional carry.
Yeah.
And
So it's
that
great. The
is
second
still
I cross
correct.
New York, what?
That means you
can carry
still
however you want.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can carry a long gun. You can carry a handgun. Concealed. If you can conceal a long gun, you could do that if you really wanted to. So
yeah.
You're pretty much
That's too
good.
much
It was
to
great.
look
The second I crossed the New York border, I stopped at the first gas station, load my magazines, put my gun on my hip, and proceed.
Proceed.
Hey, changing gears a little bit, did you guys, I think it's so important to have a video camera handy, to be live streaming, you know, ready for that with an app on your phone. But did you guys hear about the gamer who was live streaming when the SWAT team showed up?
That guy, poor guy, got swatted.
Yeah. Matt Agarist reported at thefreethoughtproject.com earlier today that online gamer Kutra was well into his first-person shooter role with friends when he began hearing disturbing sounds coming from inside the building. Uh-oh, this isn't good. They're clearing rooms. What in the world? I think we're getting swatted. Kutra, a.k.a. Jordan Mathewson, said prior to several heavily armed SWAT agents busting down his door and throwing him to the ground. The raid took place at the home/business location of Mathewson's game-related business, The Creatures, LLC. Around 6:50 in the video, we can see the men barge in, and Mathewson throws his hands in the air. He's quickly thrown to the ground and receives a knee to the back and is cuffed. An officer says, "What about this is funny to you?" He says, "What? I'm not doing anything that's funny," he responds. Eventually, the officers stand Mathewson up, and he is searched again before being seated in a chair. And as the officers search his phone without consent and interrogate the young man, Mathewson reveals to them that this is all going out live online. One cop quickly moves in to make sure they're not being held accountable any longer, and he disables the camera. So that was probably dumb. You might not want to mention that to them. I mean, sometimes it's a positive thing to be like, "Oh, hey, officer, don't abuse my rights because this is going out live and millions of viewers will be able to see it." But then on the other hand, they're like, "Oh, this camera here? Break. Oh, now I don't have to be held accountable for my actions and I can beat you up." So officers were apparently searching the office building after a report of an active shooter. However, they found no evidence of a shooting. And they now suspect this was a false report and are searching for the person who used a landline phone to call in the hoax. But what a serious hoax. And we've got the video for you here, so take a listen. Oh, all right. Playing right now, pulling it up to the, what was it? He said 6-minute and 50-second mark, right up close to the end of the video. Here it is.
You could start it at like 120.
Yeah, but the raid happens, he says, at approximately 6:50 here. So it's right towards the end of the video. So here we are. The SWAT incident is taking place. It's real quiet. You can barely hear any conversation.
So if you use the mouse and go over to that little...
Yeah. So I guess he's directing the officers on how to disable the camera. It's just like really strange and stupid.
Fuck that.
Yeah. Really, really weird. I mean, but I guess a lot of people aren't used to this. They aren't ready for an, invasion by the police. They're just expecting, if I cooperate, then I'll be left alone. But that's not often the case.
Yeah,
and,
right.
Yeah. So. So they asked questions later, use force first, but luckily no one was killed, so we can be really glad about that. apparently the Twitter account.
Check this dude out in his freaking Kevlar helmet and shit.
Yeah, we're at what?
This is ridiculous.
At what time mark?
The one that I was watching was off Free Thought Project, and you start if you start about 125. That's whenever they start coming in. But this dude's like look like he's storming the freaking gates of like one of Saddam's palaces and shit.
Here we
and he's
go.
got an American flag on his pack. What a douche.
So here's the video again, starting from 125.
In the world, I think we're getting swatted.
So here he is, just playing the game.
I think you're getting swatted. What in the world?
And he's.
He knows
Behind your back.
Don't you fucking move.
David, we got one in custody.
He's playing video games. Call him back up.
Dude, did you see the cops on the video game go running past him?
So they put him on the ground here. They put his foot. They put an officer put his foot on his back. I mean, I gotta do a replay of that. I'm sorry.
Oh, man,
here we go.
Disgusting.
Let's listen
You're
again.
getting swatted. What in the world?
Put your hands up! Put your hands up! Get on the ground! There's one in the corner. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands on your back! Get out! On your back, going out. Don't you fucking move. You hear me, boy?
Don't you fucking move, you hear me, boy. And get on the fucking ground.
One guy's yelling hands up, the other guy's yelling get on the ground.
Right, exactly. One guy's yelling hands up, one guy's yelling hands behind your back. It's like, I can't do both, fucking moron.
Oh, and then
right.
like
that's it for this episode of the Cop Blog Radio Show. Be sure to tune in next week at 10 p.m. Eastern. Until then, remember that badges don't grant extra rights.
The Shire Free Church offers
Word.
software to those
What a
seeking
bunch of
escape from
ass
state
hats.
churches.
Great episode. That was a lot of fun, guys. Covered a lot of good topics. Great videos.
Those jerks.
Yeah. So let's do it again next week, huh?
Sounds like a plan.
See you guys.
All right.
All right. Can you send me the audio?
Yes, I was recording tonight, so I can send you the audio.
Can you
recording.
compress it into MP3 first this time?
Yes. Sure.
So it's not like a gig and a half?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay.
All right.
Rad.
I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Later.
Later.
And to everyone who may still be watching at home, I want to thank you for watching Cop Block Radio. It's always a pleasure to produce these shows for you. If you enjoyed the episode that we presented to you tonight, kick some Bitcoin our way. We've got a QR code for you here on the screen, plus you can donate to me, DerrickJ.me/sponsor. It's an easy way to send some Bitcoin. If you like the show, I don't ask for millions of bucks. Just kick me 50 cents, a buck, whatever you think the show is worth, and every bit counts. Thank you.